Okay, it's time to investigate this gruesome murder. And what the hell? Mondo is hiding behind a punching bag for some reason. Look at this. I guess the first thing we should do is investigate the evidence, then we'll talk to everybody. So first of all, look. Probably the murder weapon. There's a dumbbell on the floor and there's a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head and a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean the dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? Right. I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Alright, locker room dumbbell added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. There's something written on the poster, look. The poster's got blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but...
What?
But we're still not sure why he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Let's see. Oh, it looks like I investigated everything. I gotta talk to them now. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and then carried her here. Well, she was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well,
I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying that she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
perhaps.
Hino or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However...
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned that she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, let's talk to Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger? Yeah, I do remember that she said that more than once. She sure did, which I guess that explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account has now been added to the Truth Bullet section of the handbook. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but...
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. That's right, they're doing the dual investigation, so... So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Alright, well... Taking a look here... We got the 2 doors. Everything over here. Nothing here seems to be out of place that I can tell. Maybe we should investigate the doors themselves? If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. Well, he said that quickly and sharp... He said that and then quickly Oh my god. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Wow. Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? It's about the card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, right?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go into the girls' locker room and only boys can go into the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means, hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, then the killer must have been able to get in there.
In other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning the handbook is prohibited. But borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. What? So, loaning or borrow, but it's the same thing, right? I don't get it. I don't get how they're doing semantics over a word that pretty much means the same thing. Anyway, Monokuma goes, yo, I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Tagami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying it's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so,
Why you?
So sleepy. Alright, so what they're saying is you cannot give your handbook to someone, but someone can accept a handbook. And I guess what they're alluding to is that if Chihiro was already dead, meaning she wasn't killed in the locker room, that they could have taken her handbook and used it to get into the locker room and place the body inside. Hopefully you would think that it would be a girl that murdered her because you think that only a girl can get in there. So what they're alluding to is she was killed outside of the locker room and they used her handbook to get in, and that it was a boy that killed her, possibly. Or maybe it's a double red herring and it really was a girl. Holy shit, I don't know. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out, be more like Byakuya, and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. Excuse me, I took a sip of water. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Alright, card reader has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I'm pretty sure I'm correct in my assumption. That's what they're saying. She wasn't killed in there. She was carried in. We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? This thing? The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. Anything in the mailbox? I haven't checked it in a while. Could there be something inside? Ah! It's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Oh, these must have already been here. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Sayaka Mizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook is prohibited, but borrowing is fine. I see, yeah, now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Huh? Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on is Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. Yep, we remember this. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution and the mastermind concocted. A cruel and heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of an assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Now I'm
Hey!
really angry!
Okay. What? The e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. A broken e-handbook is added to the truth bullet section. I don't know. Okay, then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Huh. I wonder what he meant by not quite.